Hi children, welcome back to our social class. So last week we were seeing about industries chapter, isn't it? So in that chapter we saw what is secondary activity. So industries comes under your secondary activity, okay? And then we saw what are the different classification of industries based on raw material, size and ownership. So today we are going to see about the classification based on ownership. Okay. So based on ownership, the industries can be classified into private sector, state owned or public sector. Okay. So what are they? Private sector, state owned or public sector, joint sector and cooperative sector. Okay. So first we are going to see about private sector industries. Okay. So as you know, private. So it will be owned and operated by individuals or group of individuals. Okay. So what is private? It is operated and owned by individuals. What is it? Individuals or group of individuals. Now coming to the second one, which is called public sector or state owned. What is the other name for public sector? State owned. So the public sector industries are owned and operated by the government. Okay. So public is by government. So what are the examples? Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Okay. And Steel Authority of India Limited. Okay. So these are the examples for public sector. Now the third one is called joint sector. So as the name tells, joined. So it will be joined by public and private. Okay. So joint sector industries are owned and operated by the state and individual or by a group of individuals. Okay. So what is the example for joint sector? Maruti Udyog Limited is an example for joint sector industries. Okay. So the next one is cooperative sector. Okay. So as you know, we have Avin. They are cooperative sectors, right? So cooperative sector industries are owned and operated by producers or suppliers of raw material. Okay. So they are owned and operated by whom? Producers or suppliers of raw material. Workers or both. Okay. So what is the example? Anand Milk Union Limited and Sudha Dairy are a success stories of cooperative venture. When you take in our Tamil Nadu, you can tell Avin. It is a cooperative society of milk producers. Okay. So now we are going to see about the next thing, which is called factors affecting location of industries. Okay. So did you see a flow chart here? Okay. So here you can see this is a factory. So what are the factors which are affecting the location of an industry? Okay. So the first one is called raw material. What is the first one? Raw material. Second one is called labor. Third, capital. Fourth, market. 5, power. 6th, land. And 7th, the last one is transport. So all these factors affect your location of the industry. So when all these factors are available in plenty, okay, so the factory will be located in that place. Okay, or else what happens? You have to pay extra charge for the transport to take the materials from there. Okay, so shall we see what is given here? So the factors affecting the location of industries are availability of your raw material, land, water, labor, power, capital, transport and market. Okay, so industries are situated where some of all these factors are easily available. Sometimes the government provides incentives like subsidized power, okay, lower transport cost and other infrastructure so that industries may be located in the backward area. So if it is in a village or something, okay, the government will provide subsidized power, that is current, transport cost and other facilities. Okay. Industrialization also leads to development and growth of towns and cities. Okay. Now your next topic is industrial system. What is it? Industrial system. Okay. So we are going to see what are all the things needed for an industry. That comes under your industrial system. So an industrial system consists of what are the things? Input, process and output. What is it, children? Input, processes and output. Okay, so these three are the systems of your industry. So the inputs, what are the inputs? Yes, they are the raw material, labor and cost of land, transport, power and other infrastructure. Okay, so all these are your input, whatever you give inside. Okay, then as you learn in your computer, isn't it? IPO cycle, have you learned? Input, process, output. In the same way, you're giving input and you have to process it. So what are the activities in processing? So the process include a wide range of activities that convert the raw material into finished products. Okay, so here in process, the raw material is converted to finished products. Okay, then the outputs are the end products and the income earned from it. So what is the output? The end product, what you get is called your output, and the income, that is the money what you get. Okay, so in case of the textile industry, the inputs may be what? Cotton, human labor, factor and transport cost. Okay, so the process will include ginning, spinning, weaving, dyeing and printing. Okay, so after doing all this process on your raw material, what do you get? The output. The output is the shirt you wear. Okay. So with this, we shall complete our today's class, children. Read the lesson thoroughly and write down the question and answer. Thank you. Take care. Be safe and be happy.